Hello, everybody. Scott Golden here with the Golden Opportunities Coaching YouTube channel. Welcome to those of you who are new. Welcome to those of you who are seasoned veterans of what we do here. And ultimately, we try to have content on a daily or almost daily basis, psychological, social, and value there. We try to do that as often as we can. If you're looking for ways to be more attractive and or kind of make yourself seen in a different light when it comes to levels of attractiveness, this is a good audio for you. Please feel free to reach out if there's anything I can do to be of help in that way. Twitter at PO Perception or the About Me section of this YouTube page will get you information in terms of working with me, and would love to be of assistance to you in that way to the best of my ability whenever possible. So, a couple of things to go through here as we begin to kind of look at what works best in these types of situations. The ways to be more attractive overall is our focus here. And so the first is being willing to learn on a consistent basis. A student who is willing to learn becomes attractive because they feel as though or look as though they can, in fact, kind of look at a person and say, I can learn from this individual. When a person can learn from this individual, then they feel more likely to be vulnerable to an individual if they have issues that they need to work through or challenges they need to deal with. Um, there's easily some challenges as it relates to moving forward after that. But um, basically, when a person is looking for a relationship, they're also looking for someone they can trust to grow with. And um, a student of life is an individual who is understanding that learning on a consistent basis is necessary and continual and valuable in that way. Next thing to consider is the ability to be calm in difficult situations and or the ability to bring calm wherever one goes. Obviously, there are moments where, life gets chaotic. We get thrown upside down, and in the end, difficulty happens. But for the most part, when a person is committed to bringing calm, being calm, and kind of sharing calm with other people, the quality of life that a person experiences will dramatically increase. Therefore, their desire to be in relationship with a calm person will also increase. Calm doesn't necessarily mean that a person doesn't care about the challenges related to certain situations. It just means that they are able to look at from a balanced perspective at some of the challenges related to having relationships with others that do or do not reach the goals that a person has. Being able to see a person from the mindset of, hey, we could have done this differently, we could have done that differently, but we've got this. Giving a person hope for positive change is also another calming effect. If a person feels stuck in a situation, then they won't feel calm. If a person feels they have options to get out of a situation, especially if it's unpleasant, they'll feel more calm. So being able to bring that is helpful. Next is mindfulness. So being present moment minded during conversations is super attractive because obviously a person wants to feel important. Think about it. Just think about this from the simplest of vantage points. Have you ever known a person who says, gee, I hope this person ignores me when I talk to them? Of course not. And that is because at the core, the majority of individuals are looking for a sense of belonging and connection whenever they communicate. So the more present that another person is with them during the communication process, the more likely a person is to feel attracted to that individual because they feel as though their needs are being met. And so finding that way to get there is, you know, there's value there in that process. So hopefully that's helpful. The next thing to look at is kind of looking ahead a little bit towards, um, you know, not being preoccupied with technology, not being preoccupied with, the influence of the phone or Facebook or social media or constantly checking emails. So, again, it comes down to present moment mindedness. If a person is important to you, then your technology should be less important when dealing with that individual. And so, if an individual is constantly looking to their technology, by nature, a person's going to feel rejected. They're going to feel less important. But on the other side, if a person is constantly, consistently bringing that forward, then there is a value to that. The next thing is a person is willing to show vulnerability. That is, they are willing to admit they are not perfect. The more vulnerable a person is willing to be, the easier it is to build a rapport and have a relationship of rapport with an individual of value. The ability to begin to do that is directly related to the humility that comes with being open minded about a person's viewpoints being different from your own, a person's mindset being different from your own, and being able to move forward in that commonality of maybe the need for understanding or the value of understanding a person's perspective. The next is, and the final is using a person's name consistently, using a person's name in a kind way, gentle way, whatever. But when we hear our names because we're attached to it, because it's one of the first things we really learn, even as young children who don't have concept of right and wrong, they begin to know their name. And so when we hear our names, we have an emotional attachment to it. So that can be helpful as well. In any event, keep your feet on the ground, your mind in the moment. Till next time, everybody.